So I am going to share my screen with you. Boop. Share. We are going to. Oh no, dang, I opened the wrong thing again. Go back. Come on. I should have opened week 3. Thank you. All right. So we have our code. Everybody's here. Everybody's in the class. All right. So we not in groundwork, but it's part of the groundwork. So again, we are talking about what is required to do well in the class. So our agenda, we're gonna have a community meeting. Our warm-up was creating 3 graphs from the same data, and then we would compare them. So we're gonna skip the community meeting for a moment. So here's where we're gonna start. And I'm just gonna review this because we our class was really light today. But what we are going to do on Thursday, and like I said, I'll just give you the introduction. On Thursday, this is going to be our data set, and you are going to create each of the 3 graphs that we will be discussing in this unit. So you are going to create a box plot, which is a box and whiskers, a dot plot, and a histogram for the same data, because as we move through the course, you will be comparing data that is presented to you using these 3 methods. Okay, and we're going to discuss when is it best to use which method. Okay, so that's our warm up, and that is where we are going to start on Thursday. Okay, so you all remember how to do a box plot? You remember how to do a box and whiskers? Oh, okay.
Kinda.
Okay. All right, so remember, a box plot is a 5-number summary of the data that you have. Okay, a dot plot is just that. It is dots above a number line. And a histogram is what we've been looking at. Remember, a histogram is different from a bar graph in that a histogram deals with a range. Okay, so we see even in our first cool down, it was a range. Everything is connected. There are no spaces between the towers or the columns. Okay, in our cool down, the first column goes from 0 to 250. The second column goes from 250 to 500. The next one goes from 500 to 750. Then 750 to 1,000. So there is the information is for continuous data. So therefore, there are no spaces. So like on a bar graph, you have a bar here. You got some space. You have a bar here. You have some space. And let's say this is for 3, this is for 5, and this goes, I don't know, 1, and this goes, well, let's do this 5, and this 10. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing for a minute. All right, so this will be the bar graph, right? Again, spaces in between. And let's say, I don't know, this is 7, right? But If we were doing a histogram, we would have, first of all, it would be a range. So this might be 0 to 3, and then this will be 5, and this will be 7. So in this interval from 0 to 3, we count in how many times there's a 0, a 1, or a 2. Okay? But in the next group, we count 3 and 4. Then in the next group, we would count 5 and 6. So here we are talking about individuals. This is 3, this is 5, this is 7. But in a histogram, we are talking about a range. So even in the interval 0 to 3, we don't count. 3 counts in the next group. So this group would just be for 0s, 1s, and 2s, however many you had. Then from 3 to 5, we count 3s and 4s. And then from 5 to 7, we count 5 and 6. So you see, it's continuous. It never separates versus here. So that's something that we are going to discuss on Thursday, so that don't hate box plots. They not that bad, Bree. You know, they not that bad. But yeah, so that's a histogram. Now, a box plot, Bree. Remember, you just want 5 numbers that give you an idea of what the data set is, how the data set is constructed. So you know, minimum, maximum. That's already 2 of your measures, right? So now you got the outsides. So you have, you got the minimum here, and you got the maximum here. In the middle, you have the median of the data. So that's here. So now, you already got 3 measures, Bree, and you ain't even do no math. Look, I'm gonna move it closer. So you didn't even do any, well, you did some math. You didn't even do math to find the median. The minimum and the maximum go on the ends. Those are the ends, right? The median, by definition, is in the middle. Let me, this child always writing her name on my stuff. Okay, so now that's already 3. Remember, I told you a box plot is a 5-number summary. So now we have so your measure here, remember the median split the data in half. So now this number, which they call Q1, is the median or the middle of the first part. And then back here, Q3 is the median of the upper end. And then you just draw a box. So connect them. Here's the box. And there's the whiskers. Boop. So Bree, it's not that bad, right? Again, the minimum and the maximum are given to you. The median of the data, you know how to find. And then you just find the middle of the front and the middle of the back. Connect the dots or connect the lines. So see, that wasn't bad. Bree, I get better every time. And when I tell you all, I learn from you all, I really do. So the first time I taught it, Bree, I hadn't taught it in a long time. But then after I taught it, I was like, okay, there has to be a different way. So talking to you all and you all responding to me and stuff made it a whole lot easier. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do on Thursday. And again, I'm going to use the same warm up because since there was so few of us today, excuse me, I will, so you all have a jump on the, what you know what's coming at you in the warm up on Thursday. So excuse me, oh, I feel so bad. Remember to bring pencil and paper because you will have to do this, you know, in your notes. It will serve as your notes, so you will have a point of reference. Anybody have any questions on the cool down? Okay. All right. So, my darlings, I think it's always you, Pinky. It's always you. We will gather again. Oh. What's wrong, girl? But yeah, so we will gather on Thursday. Again, I thank you all for coming, being my strong three. Thank you, my darlings. Remember to get the cool down done. Okay? So I will stay on for the next 7 minutes. If you don't have any questions, you are welcome to leave.